I'll start the recording. Hi, everyone. This is Lucas Jaffe with the Association Marketplace. And Sandra?
Good morning. I'm Sandra with the Association Marketplace, which is powered by Kiko, which stands for Quality In, Quality Out. And we're really excited to be here today to share with the consultants who are participating with Cecilia Sepp, Barbara Armentrout, and Bruce Rosenthal's Nonprofit Consultants Collaborative. And we're excited to share with you the Association Marketplace, how it works, what it's all about, and what we're offering for you today and for the foreseeable future. So, Lucas, please take it away.
Great. We'll do quick intros around the room if you'd like to say your name, what organization you're from. Let's start with Mariam. Oh, I'm on mute at the moment.
Hello, everyone. Mariama Boni, President and CEO of Achievemore LLC. We focus in on training, consulting, and coaching within the association and nonprofit space.
So glad you're here. Paula, welcome.
Hi, I'm Paula Brantner. My consulting firm is Accountability Ignited, and I help associations develop codes of conduct and enforcement and implement them, forcing and implementing them, and also help with meeting safety, addressing potential violations at events.
Wonderful. Al, good morning.
Hi, I'm Al Rickard with Association Vision. My company does all types of communication for associations, a lot of magazine publishing, public relations, marketing, communication audits, all types of communication activities.
So glad all of you are here. This will be very conversational, so please feel free to interrupt with any questions at any time. What we're showing today is the Association Marketplace. This is a way for association execs to find all the great industry partners and consultants from across the association community. And we're working with Cecilia Sepp, Bruce Rosenthal, and Barbara Armentrout to make this freely available at a premium level for everyone in their network to get this kicked off. So the goal of the marketplace is to help you get discovered. And we're not charging for it because we want to help you, because if we make you look good, it's going to make us look good, just to be frank. So we're going to create a marketplace full of awesome consultants and awesome industry partners. So here is how it looks. This is the landing page. This is the stream. You'll see a few things. At the top, there's a banner, tells you where you are, and I'll explain what you can do here. It's interactive, similar to LinkedIn. You can publish updates, you can ask questions, make recommendations, and even for the association execs, they can share an RFI, which is really a lightweight request for proposal. And we'll get into that and how it's really easy for you to respond and to get on the short list of an association exec that's looking for services in your category. Here's a list of upcoming events that we're pulling from many different calendars using AI. So ASA Collaborates calendar, and then many of the state level societies. You see Georgia in here, and you see many others. Also UST Education, and events that you can post. And we'll get into all of that. Here in the stream, you'll see activities from across the marketplace. So happening soon, January 2025 luncheon. This is at the Oklahoma State Society of Association Executives. So you can see for online and in-person events across the country. Here are recent podcasts that we're pulling in. So if you have a podcast, if you have a blog, we can automatically pull it in if you want that. And so people can discover it just by coming to this stream. You don't have to do any extra work to push it here. We can automatically connect them, and we can explain how that happens. So you can flip through and see, I think there's dozens of podcasts that we're monitoring, and every hour we go out and pull in the new ones. Here's news for January 10th, an event, a new company listing, more events, company listing, more news. So this is the idea. It's meant to be an information hub of everything that's going on across the association community. An easy way to keep your fingers on the pulse of what's going on. So let me pause here to see if there are any questions, and I'll show you how you can make this work for your company. Any questions at this time?
Yeah, I like how it's pretty robust with lots of interactive features. Especially interested in how it's going to be marketed to association professionals.
That is the key. It's worth nothing unless both sides of the market are present. And we will explain the rollout plan, but I'll touch on it here. So number one, we want to stock the shelves with awesome things like a candy store. An association exec walks in here like, oh, I didn't know I need that. I need that. I need that. So first, helping you look great, get your company pages up, and we'll show you what company pages look like. And then the second thing is, this is how we start to get the other side of the market in. We let you reach out to your stellar clients and give them the opportunity to endorse you. When your business gets endorsed, then you rise to the top of the search results. And this is like a positive, virtuous cycle where now you're starting to bring in people that might also buy in different categories. You already have clients that love you in your category, but they need other things in other categories. And as consultants and industry partners bring in their clients, then those clients can find services in other categories. Also, there's a lot of live events that happen. So people can meet up for open office hours, and you can connect with association execs can connect with each other in like a virtual coffee room 24 hours a day. And we will be scheduling those like once a week. So there's more of a surge time when people show up. I will jump in and show a company page, and then we'll come back to the stream. I will show our company page. So it starts off with a big banner. We give you all the space, unlike LinkedIn, who just kind of keeps your stuff just in the center. You get the whole page. We're here to make you look great. So logo, banner, these are the things that you can post. You can post news about your company, events that you're hosting. These events will show up in the calendar. Insights, so you can post documents that show thought leadership, like a PDF or a checklist. Maybe you have something like, here's 5 things you should consider before hiring a consultant in this category. Well, people that are shopping in that category, they want to see it. So in exchange for downloading that, they'll give you their email address. So it's something for lead generation for you. You can post images and video, and then even FAQs about your company. These FAQs are interesting. So we give you an assist. When you type in your website, we use AI to go pull in text from your website and generate all these FAQs as drafts, and then you can go edit them and customize them. So we do a lot of the work for you. It's all optional. The reason you might want these FAQs is that when people search in the concierge, the AI concierge for the marketplace, the AI concierge is going to deliver answers based on FAQs of all the companies in the marketplace. We'll come back to that one when we're looking at the concierge. Here I am again on our company's page. Here's all the products and services that we offer: an event platform, a community platform, a marketplace. And people are able to endorse individual products and services like this. So we go very granular. It's not just endorsing a company, it's actually endorsing your services. This allows you to get listed in all the specific categories that you have. Like Paula, you mentioned meeting safety. We may not have a category for meeting safety yet, but just bring up the categories that you need to be listed in, and each of your products and services can be listed in up to 3 categories, absolutely for free. So let us know if the category doesn't exist, and we will make it. All right, I'll pause there for additional questions, and then we'll keep rolling.
Can you add one for association publishing?
Absolutely. Let's go see if we have it. So I can go click directory here. I can go back to the stream. This is where we started the demo. I'll go here to the directory. I can make recommendations for different companies. Finding the company like this, make a recommendation like that, or I can go search through products and services by categories. So publishing.
Oh, there it is.
Publishing fulfillment. So there's a lot of them here.
Okay. Right.
All right. If you find that we're missing one, please let us know. All right.
Yeah, that's very detailed.
Super. Yep. And people can navigate this way too. You can browse by companies alphabetically. You can bookmark companies. All right, while we're here, we'll go across the top. Here is the calendar of events, the association community calendar. We're pulling again from many different sources. You can post your own events here. And these events can be events that are free or charging. So maybe you're doing something in person in DC and there's a fee to attend. Put the registration to whatever tool you're using, such as Eventbrite, in there. And people can show up on your page and register using your system. Our goal as a hub is to point them to interesting things that are going on. All right, this tab over here, I see live now. It says there's 2 people live now. Let me click on that. So we have a networking lounge where people can connect on Zoom. And then we have open office hours. This is where businesses can get connected. This is kind of cool. I think this is like my favorite one here, but I don't think people are even know that this kind of way to connect is possible. But I see this one, this networking lounge, as like the hallway between all the different events that are happening right now across the association community. People are in Zoom meetings and Microsoft Teams, and they're meeting in person, but there's no common hallway where you could just chat with someone as they're kind of moving between sessions, or they're just stopping for a coffee break. So this is intended to be that. So you can go to different tables, click launch Zoom. So it's many different Zoom meetings in parallel. You can go in and even set the topic. So I'm going to table 1, and I could set the topic here. I want to talk about non-dues revenue. And then you can see, okay, table 1, non-dues revenue. My picture will show up here. And then people can jump in and launch Zoom. We'll go over to open office hours. So we see 2 companies. Oh, Broken Column Press. They just went live, and we met with them yesterday. So we can zoom in. You can see where they're located. Broken Column Press. I can click launch Zoom. So people that are interested can just pop into Zoom and ask questions, kind of like you're walking through a virtual storefront. You just pop into the cupcake store, ask your questions, maybe make an order or schedule a demo in the future. Any questions about what you see here with open office hours?
I had a question about number of areas where you could list your services. So you said there's 3 that are complimentary, and then is there like a subscription after that?
So for all of the folks in Cecilia's network, you're getting premium access, which is the highest level of access, at no charge. And that means you can have unlimited products and services, and each of them can be in 3 categories. At the basic, we also offer free basic, and that's just 1 product and service. So you're at premium, unlimited products and services. All right. Eventually, you'll be able.
We like premium.
Great to hear, Al. All right, I'm going to jump over to AI Concierge. So I'll just do a quick example prompt here where I could type it in. Which companies can help with non-dues revenue? This is going to search through the FAQs for these companies. And it's ChatGPT, but informed by the information from the marketplace. It's informed by the FAQs that you put in there for your company. And here are the FAQs. And I click here, I can go right to this company page, BJA Solutions for Associations, 1 product and service, partnership programs. You can see 2 people endorse. All right, that's the idea. So just making many different ways for you to get discovered and for you to shine. Any questions about the AI Concierge? All right, we'll jump over to community. So here are people's tech stacks, or more broadly speaking, solution stacks. So you can see what Denny is using to get his work done. He's using ACGI software. And if you say, oh, I use that, you just click add to stack, and it adds you right there. And you can see other people that are using that tool or that service. I don't use it, so I will remove it from my list. Right? And the neat thing is, what we're building soon is a way for let's say people who are at a small staff association or people who are at a large staff association will get suggestions based on what they're already using. People in similar situations, you are using these other tools that are complementary to the tools that you have. All right, our partners, Small Association Leadership Alliance for this marketplace, and community links. So different links that are helpful here. And
I'd like to just add that we are still filling out all the community links and the partners, but if at any time you see that something is missing or you'd like to include anything, always feel free to reach out and let us know. We're happy to add it. We're trying to create a whole, what was it? Bruce Rosenthal calls it best, a list of, oh my goodness. Well, I'll ask Bruce what that list was, but it's basically a way to showcase all of the community groups, all the support organizations, everybody that's doing something in service to associations, and we want to provide that list here.
I think the final thing I'll add as part of this formal presentation here are things you can do right off the bat once you create your company page. So if this was my company page, I'll click Admin and Tools. So I can copy this link and share it with my clients and ask them to endorse me. It's a pretty easy process for them to just pop in an endorsement to say why they love working with you. That helps you elevate in the search results. Secondly, if you have a newsletter, copy this specific email address, which is specific to your company, and just subscribe it to your newsletter, just like a regular person. And then when you publish something with a newsletter that you already have, it will show up here in the marketplace and it will notify people. I'll be on the stream, the activity stream of all the people who are shopping in that category. Finally, here's something to say in your email signature, find us on the association marketplace. So just click copy that and you can paste it into your email tool. So those are 3 great ways to get started very quickly. Other things you can then do after that, you can start publishing news, publish events, publish thought leadership that we mentioned as lead gen for people to share their email addresses with you, images, FAQ, add members to your team. All right, that was a sprint. We'll stop the recording in a bit. Maybe there's a few more questions that we should definitely field them here. And then for the rest of our time together, I'll show you how to claim your company page, which may already be in the marketplace. All right. We also have an RFI tool. So let's show that here on the stream. Let's say you're an association executive and you need a new learning management system. You can issue an RFP, but the painful part is that consultants and industry partners don't love RFPs. They take a lot of time to fill out. In the back of your mind, you're always thinking, do they already have a vendor chosen? So this RFI process is intended to be something more lightweight, where if I want a learning management system, I can create an RFI and put some custom questions in there, 3 to 5, where this then is open to everybody in that category of learning management systems. I, as the association exec, will see all of their answers to these short answer questions roll in, and then the ones that I shortlist, I can invite into a more formal RFP process. Those who are shortlisted will have the confidence to know that there is more interest in them, and it's not just a blanket RFP process where they have very little chance of winning. I'd also like to show the comparison tool. So I'm going to click this category. And there's only one actually in that category. Let's try another. Okay, I'm going to compare 1, 2, 3 together. Click compare. And I can see very easily at a glance all the social media, where these companies are located, and any information that they have put. These folks have not yet claimed their pages, so this is empty. As consultants, you have expertise in several categories. So there's actually an opportunity for you on the left-hand side to add a question that association execs will see on this matrix for your category. Down the left-hand side, you can add questions here. Maybe number of years you've been in business, if that's important in your category, or how do you deal with difficult situations, things like that. Whatever questions you want your potential clients to have when they're evaluating you and your competitors, you can put those questions here. And everyone who has a listing in that category can give a thumbs up or down to sort those questions so that the most useful questions rise to the top. That's how we address this in a scalable way. So we give you the ability. Also, if you want to take ownership for a category, this is something for Cecilia's network specifically, let us know when you registered for this, you let us know which categories you're interested in. We will have your logos at the top of that category. So even if you're not in this matrix, people will see your logo there. Okay, let me pause here. I know this is a really novel concept. We've felt the pain as industry partners ourselves of RFPs. So we figured, how can we help solve the pain that we have and that others have in general? Because we started as a community platform. And when you fill out RFPs, it's painful. You don't know even if there's a chance to win. So this RFI is meant as an intermediate step. All right, let's pause here for any questions.
I like that you're doing that. It makes sense. It's a little pre-qualification, helps both sides a lot, it seems like.
That's the word I'll use going forward, pre-qualification. Excellent. So I had one question for everyone here. How do you currently market your companies? What channels do you use? And what do you find to be the most successful?
I was going to say word of mouth is my best marketing, networking.
Yeah, same here, word of mouth and, current clients telling other potential clients. I use LinkedIn more than other services, I think. But and I'm a member of some professional associations, but otherwise, yeah, that's word of mouth is probably still the top. And I bought my business from a colleague, and so a lot of people contact her based on her reputation, and then she sends them to me. She's retired, and that's how I'm here, actually. She got the invite, and she's like, "Well, I'm not doing this work anymore, but Paula should come."
Yeah, I would agree. I think word of mouth is definitely a key element, and just presence and visibility has also been very helpful. So being active and volunteering in the association community and giving back.
That's lovely to hear. And we are hoping that we're going to make it easier for that word of mouth to spread, where, when people ask a question in a forum, they say, does anybody recommend a consultant that does X, Y, Z? And there's a few responses. But then 3 months later, someone asks the same question. We think that when people ask that question here in the marketplace, every time someone recommends a business, that recommendation is an endorsement, which will go on the page for your business, so that this list just keeps growing with time and we don't lose those recommendations. One important note, there's no negative reviews on this site. If anybody puts an endorsement in, you get to approve it, or you just don't show it. So we put you in control. So we think that that's the best way to be. We don't have to moderate any content and worry about negative reviews. We give you the power to accept the ones that are there. All right, so I will just check in. Are there any other questions that you think would be helpful before I stop the recording? Maybe there's some people watching. Yes, Paula.
So this information, when there's new information that concerns your company, is it pushed to your email, for example, or are you going to need to hang out here regularly to kind of get all the relevant things?
So are you coming from the perspective of an association executive who's shopping in a particular category? Or are we talking about from your perspective, how much work will be required?
Talking about my perspective, like if someone has an RFI in my category, for example, will I get a notification of that, or do I have to come to this platform and kind of hang out there to see, obviously there's benefits to doing that. You see things in the stream and you see what other people are doing, but if there's something specifically concerning you, are there, I guess I would call it push notifications, so that you know that there's something there that you need to attend to or respond to?
The good news is yes, the RFIs, request for information, will be pushed to you over email. Everybody in that category will get it that has a premium subscription, and you all have the premium subscriptions for free. These premium subscriptions do not expire. We're not going to charge you for them later. You're free for life.
I'd love to ask a question. Any initial feedback you all have, any honest reactions? We'd love to hear them. Um, Honest comments and critique is welcome. We want to make sure that this is something that we work hard on to prove the value, that it is valuable, that it's useful, and they're all the tools that you see fit for your work.
Well, I think it's great that you're putting it together. And, it strikes me it's a little bit similar to like the ASAE buyer's guide, but it's more advanced, it's more interactive. You've got a lot more features going on. You've thought through a lot of things, which is great. And, I can think of a number of leads I've gotten over the years from the buyer's guide. And I would hope and expect that I would get a lot of leads from your platform once it takes hold and starts to be used by association professionals. I think they'll like it and get some good value out of it.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge will be like how best to use all the various functionalities. Sometimes it can be overwhelming because it's like, well, I can spend my time doing this or I can spend my time doing that. And what's going to be the biggest payoff in terms of where people are looking and what people are doing? I assume that like everything else like this, you kind of get what you put into it. And so, I found that to be the case with LinkedIn. It's like, okay, I need to post regularly. I need to come there and react to other people's posts. I need to, do searches, etc. So I am just kind of curious to see how it works out in terms of, you've shown us just an amazing array of potential tools that will be useful, but where will people congregate and what will people actually use kind of in the beginning and, as it grows and develops?
I love that you use the word grows. I think of it from a gardening metaphor. This is like early spring and seedlings are just coming up. And our role is to provide options for you and guidance of here's where I think you can make the most of your time at this stage of the garden. And I see a plant in there, Al. Excellent. That's a pretty good one. We're about that size right now.
Getting bigger.
And we'll follow up with some email reminders of where you can find those like 3 things that we showed, where you can pop this in, connect this to your email newsletter, and you can put it in your email signature if you want, and you can also ask for endorsements from your top clients. Those are, I think, the really easy, and we built this in mind with how do we make it easy so that you don't have to keep coming back to get value from it. You do the one-time connection to your blog, you do the one-time connection to your newsletter, and it just works. You're publishing where you normally publish. We can't pull from LinkedIn. I will say LinkedIn does not allow us to have a connection through an API. So if you're publishing on LinkedIn, you can copy and paste that over here. But otherwise, to your blog, your podcast, we should be able to connect in almost all instances. Mariama, did you also
Substack.
Substack, I believe we can. I have to check and see if there's some things behind a Substack paywall. I will get you the answer, Paula. I'll make a note of that. Mariama, did you have a
Yeah, so I'm finding this interaction to be wonderful, very interactive, very engaging platform. And so I also wonder, are there opportunities where we will be able to share, I'm a part of this platform, very similar to how we do when we're presenting at a conference, or we've um, written something, or we're appearing somewhere. So are there templates that we as members of this or community members of this platform can share with our community?
What a great idea. Sandra is our CEO and she's also our most talented designer and she's excellent with social media. I think we can come up with some interesting ways and maybe some easy tools that are general, but I'm thinking now maybe also customizing something that creates an image for you based on content from your page, packages it up, puts it in a shareable image that you can bring anywhere you want. I love that idea. I'm taking note of that too. Sandra, anything to add on that?
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because you just helped solidify a thought in my brain, which was if you're all familiar or have you been for, wait, excuse me, do you all have you all recently seen a lot of folks posting on LinkedIn like their 2024 recap that another startup or tech startup created so that you can kind of link it to your profile and it'll generate all the data for you? Well, that was an interesting moment where I realized what can we do too for the association marketplace. And so in that same vein, we'd love to do something like that where you're producing some sort of visual that you can share to describe your presence in the marketplace. And so that is something that we will think about further. And if you have any thoughts about what would make you feel really good about the thing that you share, would love to hear your suggestions and ideas because we can build it for sure. The second thing is we do have, it's very small for now, but it's this notion of you go to your administrative back end of your company page, and one feature is to copy email signature, which essentially you can put in the bottom of your email signature or anything digital, and it says, come check us out in the marketplace, and it's a direct link to your company page. So just like your email is, a marketing tool, every time you send an email, you can at the bottom of your signature add your signature, your company page to your email signature with what Lucas is showing you here, which is that button. So those are the two things I wanted to share. Thank you so much, Mariama, for recognizing that need. And that's exactly also our ethos of what we're trying to do is support businesses, consultants in our ecosystem, in our community of associations, supporting associations, and being able to being discoverable throughout the year. We're all in this remote new digital world of how, operating together like this on Zoom, sharing web content, digital content, but there's also needs to be a place for that. So that's why we designed a place for our community to be, to network, to share materials. If you ever wanted to host an open office hours, that's what our intention is, to create a supplement and a year-round supplement to the in-person trade shows that are just 2 days out of the year and take a lot of work and a lot of marketing dollars to get there.
One thing that just occurred to me, so one of my particular challenges is graphic design, and you try to use Canva or something like that to kind of make something look good, or if you don't have the skills like I do, then you have to pay someone to do that. And so I'm looking at your background, Sandra, and it's almost like a virtual business card. And you could take something like, put your logo, here's your logo, here's your headshot, here's your name and title, and some other piece of information, and just like plug that in so that people have some kind of virtual contact and it looks good. It's not kind of cobbled together. My background, I had a graphic designer create for me and I use it for my slides and some other things, but it's like if I were to try to put something together like what you have in your background, Sandra, like I don't really have the skills to do that, but I think that's something that if you could just create a form to kind of plug that in and it's like instant graphic design, that would be great.
Oh, careful what you wish for, Paul. You might just get it.
I know, I love that idea. I'm like trying to reach for my notebook right now to take notes.
I got the notes, Sandra.
PowerPoint
Got it.
slide or Canva slide, that'd be great. I'm part of another organization that has a in-person group of vendors, and they're all veteran affiliated. And so when you go into the store, it's an actual physical store. When you go into the store, people who shop, they have a giveaway every hour. And so
Hmm,
drawing from that concept, not saying that there would be a giveaway
hmm.
every hour, but I wonder to what extent those that are in the marketplace, and everybody that's a vendor at Veterans Growing America, either location, when we vend or what have you, everyone gives something, like you either are giving a product or a service. And so I wonder if that's something to consider for the future for those that are part of the association marketplace. Is there perhaps a bi-monthly giveaway or monthly giveaway to continue to entice people to want to come and see what's happening in the marketplace?
Now you know why we give away premium subscriptions for free to expert consultants.
So, so that's just something that is really cool based on this other initiative that I'm a part of.
What a great idea.
Something
Love it.
else that I just thought of, you're showing that space where people can hang out.
Mhm.
And I think it'd be really great to have, a happy hour,
Ooh.
and like have a regular time where people hang out. Another thing that I do, which is really useful for me, is co-working sessions. Sort of the body doubling, where you just like I do 2 hour blocks with a colleague and we're just on Zoom and we work for 2 hours and we check in, at the hour and talk about what we're working on. And so for those of us who derive some value, we're all working at home now. And it's nice to both have that contact and to actually be productive. And so I think that that's something to think about as well to kind of draw people to the platform.
I'm so excited about that idea. Sandra put it in all caps in the chat. So Paula, excellent. We were definitely thinking of like happy hours, but not virtual co-working. That is awesome. I can see so many people wanting that. Surgeon General mentions like our nation's undergoing a loneliness epidemic, and this is a very lightweight way to connect remote people working and help them even network and grow their businesses at the same time. And I did not know about that method of co-working where you're working and then like at the end of every hour you kind of check in. And I think that is a really nice rhythm.
Yeah, that's even my relationship with my assistant
Hmm.
where we just get together like once a month for a work session basically and I send things to her and she works on it and she sends them back to me and I work on them and then I have a couple of other colleagues of similar professional expertise and we just get together once a month and ask each other questions and you know kind of commit to each other to finishing something that has been on our it's an accountability model as well where it's like okay, I've been putting off working on this and I'm today going to work on marketing, and so I'm going to do a LinkedIn post or I'm going to fill out this form on your platform or whatever whatever kinds of things that you want to get done and it would be easier to have someone else that commit to or bounce ideas off of.
Outstanding. So I think so these suggestions are heard and will be acted upon. What we're going to do now is we'll close the recording and I'll help each of you, if you have a moment, help you get connected to either create your page or to find it if we've already created a placeholder page for it on the marketplace, help you claim it and then point you in the right direction, give you our contact info. Sandra says, thank you for these fantastic ideas. Do you want to say anything verbally, Sandra?
Oh, yes, just emphasizing verbally the excitement that I have after meeting you all and hearing your ideas and thoughts and reactions, because this is super helpful for how we can help you further. And that's our goal. First, I also want to say I love hearing about what you all do for your work and what services you provide, because that's part of the problem. It's so hard to know what everyone does in an easy way. And so that's our mission, is to help daylight what everyone's work is all about, and in a rhythm and in a cadence, and giving you the tools, the new technology that we're just out there kind of building based upon what we're seeing that there's a need on. So thank you. I'm very excited.
And as context, this marketplace here is essentially the reason we're like putting all this effort in for free is to provide a demonstration of how powerful this can be for any association. So we make money downstream. There'll be others that'll buy their premium subscriptions that are not part of Cecilia's network, but any other association can say, I want one of these marketplaces for myself. And they don't have to pay for it. It's actually a revenue share. So they come, they ask us to provide the platform. We help them make sales. They make sales, and then we split revenue. So it doesn't actually cost them anything. That's how we win with them, and we can only win together. So they don't have to pay anything. And that's why we want to make this one really shine, so that execs across the industry know that they can have one too for their industry partners and for their members. All right, I'll pause the recording here. If for anyone listening at home, you can reach Sandra at kikochat.com. That's QIQOCHAT.com, or Lucas, LUCAS, at kikochat.com. All right, thanks everybody for today. We'll stay on. I'll help you get connected with your company pages.